Hey, everybody, we're back again with Sports Beat. We took a week, actually 2 weeks off while Glen was making his way back. He's back in the basement. Glen Kellaway, of course, with us.
Captain.
Back in the friendly confines, so to speak. Randall here as well. Randy, how you doing?
All right.
All right. And this is just going to be sort of an ad lib kind of sports beat. No football going on. Obviously, the season's over. Baseball's scratching us and clawing at us and, you know, whatever, squeezing our, I don't want to get too technical here, but they're pissing us off is what they're doing.
They are. I'm cranky.
With all this greed and both sides want the world and neither one's going to cave in and compromise. I'm sick of the whole thing. I don't even give a shit at this point if they play or not. So
I'm getting the same way too. It's just like, you know, why should I care if you guys don't?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm not sure whose side I'm on. I think they both could meet somewhere in the middle, but I don't know. I think the players are actually thinking that the owners want to break the union. I think they actually probably do. How many years is the players had a lot of power? It's probably the most powerful union in sports, right?
It is,
or has been anyway.
Right.
And they're kind of losing that power, and I think the owners are enjoying that.
And the fans are always the one that get the squeeze. They're always the ones that suffer.
Yeah.
And at this point, we're going to rebel, and people are not going to go to the games. They're not going to watch on TV. They're going to find other things to do. Enough's enough.
Yeah.
See,
the owners, it's easy to cancel early games because no one goes to them. Like, you know, you watch a game on TV from Baltimore in the first couple of weeks of the season. There's like 3,000 people in the stands. You know what I mean? They don't. It's a summer game.
So, but the opening day though, it's always full. And
yes,
that's the thing they sell. So if your opening day is going to be like a couple weeks later, somebody else already has tickets for that. You know, and you get the person that bought the ticket to be at opening day, and
that's right. Good point.
It just ruins everything. It ruins the schedule because those first two series have been canceled with no plans of making them up. So what if there's division games there that you're not going to play the same amount of games against one team as you normally would? And, you know, the stats are all screwed up for us historians who like that kind of thing. I just, it's wrong. You know, there's got to be a better way. They could have settled this in the offseason and still wait until spring training.
Yeah.
And they
didn't want to.
They didn't want to.
Yeah.
No.
Because I was really looking forward to this season because, like, the Royals have three of the top prospects, including the second prospect, and a couple of them were going to be starting the season. They predicted, and now
I know.
Yeah. And there's still some big names out there that haven't signed.
That's
too.
Exactly.
Like that all was gonna, like, if they would have, if the contract would have been done, we would have saw so much great baseball news over the first week. And you know what? I don't know. I wish I was in the US because we don't have the same minor league type. We don't have the same passion that you guys do in terms of little league and stuff like that. But when I was in Orlando, there was this park, Ward Avenue Park, which was about a mile from my daughter's house. And it was the best sports facility I've ever been to. We'd just take the dogs for a walk every morning. And they had like 4 or 5 baseball diamonds. And they're almost like professional diamonds with the raised mounds and the sand. And they look like professional diamonds. And they're for Little League. And one of the days I was there, the baseball hadn't started yet, but one of the days I was there was kids there practicing, and I said to one of the mothers, they said, "What's happening?" Oh, that was the Saturday. I was leaving on the Friday. The Saturday was opening day, and it was a big deal. They were having parades, and a couple of Major League Baseball players were going to be there, and it was just like, it was huge. Like, I would have just loved to have been there and sat and watched some games. You know, like that. Maybe that's what we got to get back to, the roots. You know, go watch a minor league team. Go watch some Little League.
That's a good point because it has a trickle down effect. All these guys that are in the minor leagues and trying to work their way up, they're shut down too. All these, everything's kaput. You bring up Little League. About 10 years ago, my nephew was in Cal Ripken League down in Aberdeen, Maryland. I went down there. They have like 8 little ballparks set up. One of them's got like a little green monster like Fenway. They're all set up like ballparks.
Mm-hmm.
So they really do a great job. making these things realistic to the kids as possible. They had a little Camden Yards and a little all set
that's
up.
awesome.
And it is fantastic. I was so glad I went because it was great to see.
But I hope that's what people do. Maybe just kind of ignore the major leagues and just go and support the little leagues. And
absolutely.
You can see some pretty good baseball.
Yeah.
So
the thing is with Major League Baseball is that it's kind of become a regional sport, and it's the people that really love the younger generation doesn't care for it as much as the older generation did for baseball. And it's become kind of regional now because all the games are on TV. If you live in the market where the team is, so it's not that big a deal if the Red Sox play the Yankees because your team's on TV,
right?
Yeah,
and so it doesn't have the national exposure it used to have because it's more regional now.
Yeah,
but I know I'm upset, but unlike you, if they start, I'll probably start watching them.
Oh, me too. I'll be there for first game. Yeah.
I mean, I watch 162 games a year because I'm an addict, but right now I feel like I'm jonesing for some baseball, and they're taking it away from me.
Well, I would have been down in the last 2 weeks of Florida when they would have started preseason games. I would have driven to Dunedin or something, gone to a game. But
and you're right about the free agency thing. That they stopped right when that was just boiling up. So there's tons of guys out there that haven't even signed with the team yet.
Yeah.
So we don't even know what the Phillies are like, or the Royals, or Glen's team, or the Yankees. We don't even know how they're going to be constituted because they're not finished building the team yet.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Let's hope they smarten up.
Yeah, with soon.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring up another topic, and that's James Harden coming to the Sixers, giving up that load Ben Simmons, who hasn't even played yet. I mean,
what is wrong with that guy?
What a move the Sixers made.
I feel bad if he's got mental issues that I'm coming down on him, but I don't know if he. I'm having a hard time believing he does. I think he's just an asshole. But if I'm wrong, I apologize. Like I'm sensitive to that stuff. But man,
it's just amazing how a guy can go from being a dynamic all-star player to just not interested in playing. He's coming up with different excuses not to join the team, and he's done it with.
Now tell me something. When you're doing a trade, I know it works this way in hockey. You have the trades are not approved by the league until they've had their medicals. There's no medicals in the NBA. Like someone wouldn't have taken Ben Simmons. Your doctor wouldn't have visited that guy to see what kind of a whack job he was, or if he really does have some issues, or if he's just like, or did he mislead them and go, can hardly wait to get there and then just screw them around? Like,
I think
some people are saying that he doesn't want to play in the first game against the 76ers, which is coming up on Monday night, I think.
Right.
Right.
All of a sudden after that, he'll be healthy and ready to go. He doesn't want to come back and face the booze and the media and all the heckling, his ex-teammates and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot to that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. If he comes back the day after, then I don't know. I will have zero respect for the man. Like I don't have much now, but
I think in all sports you have to go through medical clearance, otherwise the trade's not accepted, or the league won't push it through.
Yeah. So why would you trade a James Harden for a guy who's got a bad back and can't play and can't,
They got 3 number 1 picks out of it too. That's the thing. I believe.
Yeah, and Brooklyn's they're probably going to make that play-in round, but they're not setting the world on fire. They all their best players are hurt.
Well, James Harden's not a the choir boy either. So
no.
Like when he left the Rockets, it was like I don't want to be playing for the Rockets kind of thing.
That's true. Right now it's new and fresh, so we haven't seen the bad side of him, but he's put up 27 points a game in the 3 games he's played. They're 3-0. So everything
it sounds like, can you hear my dog? It doesn't sound like he likes James Harden either.
Not a big fan, huh?
No.
Well, when he's committed, he's really good for the team.
And that's a nice 1-2 punch with Embiid and Harden. I mean, that's solid.
Well, Philly's have moved up in the favorites to represent the East this year for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
What else do we want to chit chat? Well, I know we're going to do some team names. This should be a fun little thing. You want to jump in now on that since we don't
Yeah, let's do this. I've been looking forward to this.
Glen came up with this idea naming some top 5 team names in sports, all the sports, and the worst 5. So this will be fun.
Yeah.
You want to kick
What do you want to start with? What do you want to start with? The worst 5 or the best 5?
It's your call. You tell me.
Okay, let's do the worst 5 just so I can get your guys' blood pressure up a little bit. My number 5, the Philadelphia Phillies.
I knew that was coming.
Kind of a stupid name is that? Is that just reinforcing that you're from Philadelphia?
I think so.
I
have no excuse.
Saying it's redundant.
I'll imagine. How many years has that team been around now?
Since 1873 or some ridiculous amount.
So in 1873, a bunch of owners sat around going, "Hey, we're going to get a Major League Baseball team for the city of Philadelphia, and what should we call it?" Oh, I don't know, the Generals and the thing. No, we're from Philadelphia, and the team's called Philadelphia, and we're in the city of Philadelphia. So why don't we just call it the Phillies? So we can really enforce that we're the Philadelphia Phillies.
They could have done better.
So imaginative. Anyway, I just did that just to piss you off, Rich.
I like it. I actually would have done it myself. That's a good one. All right, Randy,
Who's
what do you got at 5?
So number 5, I hope Gary, a physical format rock and roll, is not going to get upset at me. But I got the Cleveland Browns.
Ooh.
I like the Browns. The name, of course, came from Paul Brown, who was the coach, the owner. And so, like, if Mike Hirschberger was the coach earlier, was it going to be the Cleveland Hirschbergers? And I don't know.
I would have liked that name better. That would have been great.
Do you know who Mike Hirschberger is?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Oh, he played for the A's. I remember having a baseball card.
Oh,
I don't know why that name just popped in my head.
He played in the 60s. I remember him now. Yeah, Mike Hirschberger.
Yeah, not much ego there, eh? Paul Brown naming the team after his last name. I'm gonna buy. We should buy a team and call them the Stricklers.
I'd be all for that. My number 5 is one of the newer nicknames here, the Cleveland Guardians. I just don't get it. I do not get it. I don't understand where that comes from. Somebody from Cleveland needs to, in the comments, enlighten me as to where the Guardians.
Well, Gary said that it was from. They have these, like on the bridges and have these things that they call like the Guardians.
Okay.
For the city or something like that.
Well, then maybe that's it. I'm just not a.
It's a dumb baseball name.
So I feel like we're picking on Cleveland. We went Browns and Guardians back to back. So
yeah, now Guardians are showing up on my list too.
What do you got it for?
Gonzaga. What the hell is a Gonzaga? When I first heard that, the first time they kind of came to prominence in the March Madness tournament, I go, "What the hell is that?" Sounds like a disease you'd take a medication for.
Oh baby,
it's like gout. I got the Gonzaga. I gotta quit drinking for a couple of months.
Is there a cream or a pill that's
yeah. And I still don't know. Is Gonzaga a place? Is it a name of a university?
Yeah, it's a university out in I think it's Washington, isn't it? Washington.
Yeah, it's in Washington.
Yeah.
Is it? Washington DC, like DC area? You
Washington
mean,
State.
The state. Oh, is it? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, there is a school, Gonzaga. I just don't know. Are they just a basketball school? Or can you actually get an education there?
Yeah. I think. Yeah, exactly. Like who's? Yeah.
I've never heard of them
can you imagine you're a multimillionaire and your son wants to go to college, and where do you want to go? Oh, I want to go to Gonzaga. Yeah, yeah, sure you do.
And what is their team nickname? Like the Gonzaga, what?
It's the Gonzagas. I don't know.
They must have one.
Yeah, I think that the dean of the school, the first dean of the school, his last name was Gonzaga. It's kind of like the Paul Brown thing.
Let me just ask real quick here. What's the Gonzaga team name? The Bulldogs. I didn't know that.
Didn't know.
Unofficially known as the Zags.
There we go. Yeah. Go Zags, go.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my number 4.
That's a good one. 4, Randy. What do you got?
Well, my number 4 is another one of these where the team moved and they still kept the name. And that's, I know it's kind of iconic now, but the LA Lakers. It was like Minneapolis is the land of 1,000 lakes.
Yep.
You got the lake, but LA, the Lakers? I don't know.
Yeah. Tons of lakes.
4.
Yeah.
That was exactly my number 4, the Lakers, for that very reason. But now that you mention it, I'm going to switch off because we talked about a little bit about this before we went on. That Florida Panthers. Are there a plethora of Panthers in Florida that I don't know about? I know they're Gators, and Snakes, and this and that, but Panthers, it just doesn't fit.
I see the signs when you're walking along by the lake. They say "Beware of Panthers." I see. Yeah, it's all over. Yeah.
So that kind of is an odd one. So I'll use that as my number 4.
Okay, number 3. Let's go Anaheim Mighty Ducks. So there's a kids movie about a hockey team called The Mighty Ducks.
Right.
And then somebody, I think it was Disney at the time, I don't know if they still own it, bought the franchise for Anaheim. Yep. And they can't think of a better thing to do for a professional league than call it after a kids movie, The Mighty Ducks. Like now at least they've shortened it to the Anaheim Ducks, which I still think is stupid.
Yeah.
But I don't know how the league let them do it. It was short-sighted, thinking, okay, because that movie was popular for 15 minutes,
right?
And 30 years later, no one cares about the Mighty Ducks. It was just dumb. I don't know.
That was on my short list. I looked at that one. Horrible name.
My number 3 is it's the Tampa Bay Rays. And it's mostly because they changed their name, because it was the Devil Rays, but we can't have Devil in a title, even though they got the New Jersey Devils in hockey.
Right.
It's like,
right,
we're gonna we can't have the Devil in our title, so they changed it to just the Tampa Bay Rays. It's more because they changed it than anything. I did kind of like the Devil Rays, but
yeah.
Well, at least Rays, like if you thought it should have been the Tampa Bay Sun Rays, because it's sunny. That would make sense.
Yeah, they get more sunshine per capita than anywhere in the world or something. I don't know. But it was Devil Rays. I like the Devil Rays better too. My number 3 is a college football team here. I can't make sense of this one. The TCU Horned Frogs. The Horned Frogs of TCU.
Wow.
Now, where are there a ton of horned frogs and hanging out at Texas Christian University that I don't know about?
I mean, wasn't there a horny toad? Isn't that they should have done the horny toads?
The horny toads would have made more sense. Isn't the horny toad from the Elton John song "Goodbye Yellow Brick Road"? There's a horny toad in there. This is a horny frog or horned frogs. Craziness.
That is a bad name. I didn't even know that one existed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Number 2. 2 and 1 kind of join each other for me. The New Orleans Pelicans. Every time I think of Louisiana and New Orleans, I think of Pelicans. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. I just I don't know. I don't know what people are thinking, but that's not.
There is something to do with Pelicans in New Orleans. I'm just not sure.
Is there? I'm probably. They are
by the ocean, so
they're by the ocean,
by the Gulf. Yeah.
And there was a movie in the 90s called The Pelican Brief, Julia Roberts, Denzel, and it took place in New Orleans. So I don't know.
Okay, so I probably just don't have a clue what I'm talking about, but I still think it's a stupid name.
I think it's a stupid name too, the Pelicans. It doesn't inspire any fear in the opponent when you're playing the Pelicans.
No, you're playing the Pelicans. No, yeah. The Lovebirds, the New Orleans Lovebirds. We can do that.
Right. I didn't have any backups, so I'm just going to pick the one I picked. And Glen already said it, and that's the Anaheim Ducks. That's a ferocious hockey name right there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're quivering in your boots playing the Ducks. Come on. Throw some breadcrumbs on the ice. You're good. My number 2, the college again. The Virginia Tech Hokies. What is a Hokie?
I don't know.
I know what
Isn't
a
that a
hoagie is.
sandwich? Isn't that a sandwich in Philadelphia?
That's a hoagie. This is a
Oh.
hoagie.
Again, you'll probably find out a Hokie is some kind of some historical thing in Virginia or something. I don't know.
It has to be Virginia Tech Hokies. I thought that was
Sam's going to be probably upset at us there.
Sorry, Sam.
Yeah.
Virginia.
Yeah. Sam, you can maybe enlighten us.
Yep.
Number 1, this kind of ties into the New Orleans Pelicans, the Utah Jazz.
It's a unanimous. I have it too.
That's
I
what I
don't
have
even
too.
get it.
That's my number 1 too.
There it is. We all had
It's not weird.
That's the obvious one.
Utah and Jazz.
What does Utah have about Jazz?
Nothing. Like, why wasn't when a team when a franchise moves to another location, they should just leave the title behind and pick a new one.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think the other team that did that was the Vancouver Grizzlies. Weren't they the Grizzlies?
Vancouver Grizzlies are now the Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah.
That makes no sense either.
No.
But the Utah Jazz is worse because there was, Jazz in New Orleans.
Yeah,
Obviously.
that's what you first name that come to your mind if someone said New Orleans.
Right. And then they go to Utah and they can't come up with a better name. How about anything?
Yeah, the Osmonds.
The Osmonds. The Mormons. Let's call them the Mormons.
Yeah, anything.
So that's cool.
Okay. Well, wow, we're unanimous on Utah Jazz. Yeah, that's just every time I hear that, it burns by your butt.
My runner-up was the Richmond Flying Squirrels. I saw that one too. That's a minor league baseball team.
That's funny.
Richmond Flying Squirrels.
That's awesome. I like that.
All right.
Okay, now we're going to do our favorites.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start off. Does anybody remember the World Football League that started up in the early 70s?
Yeah.
They tried to get it going to counter the NFL, and it was just a bunch of rich guys, and they ended up Toronto had a team at one point that never played a game, and they actually signed Jim Kick and Larry Zonka, and it was big news. They were stealing a lot of big names, paying them big money, and I think the league got off the ground for a couple of years. I think the Toronto team moved to Birmingham, Alabama, or something, and I can't remember what.
That's right. I think it was Birmingham.
Yeah. So anyway, the Miami team had the greatest name, the Miami Screaming Eagles.
Wow, I don't even remember that.
And I've never forgot that. I like that name. That sounds like a football, let's kick their ass.
I think there is a college team that has that name.
Is there?
Screaming Eagles. I think
Screaming Eagles. That's cool. Can't believe I forgot that. Getting old.
Oh, speaking of Toronto, what are the Alouettes?
Argonauts. Toronto Argonauts. Yeah, like Jason and the Argonauts.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is an Alouettes though too, isn't there? Somebody?
Montreal
Alouettes.
Okay, what is that? What is an Alouette?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a French Alouette, Jambe Alouette, or something like that. It's a song.
Just because we're bilingual up here doesn't mean I am.
Right. Can you speak French, by the way?
Not a word.
Okay.
No. I had to take it in school, but just slept through it. Smoked a joint before I got to class.
Exactly.
You're more American every day.
Yeah.
Randy, what do you got? Your fifth best.
I don't know if you're like this one or not because they're a rival, but the Pittsburgh Steelers, Steel Town, they got the factories.
That is a great team name, when you think about it. Yeah, that suits the city.
My list. I might as well say it now too, since we're talking about it. The Pittsburgh Steelers is a great name. Steel City.
Yeah,
they have a beer. I think Steel Town beer or whatever it is. And I like when the cities or they use what's popular in their area to build their team around. That's perfect. Pittsburgh Steelers. So
that's awesome.
At least you can make sense of it, Whereas the Pittsburgh Pirates, I'm not sure alliteration wise it makes sense, but there aren't a lot of pirates hanging out in the Steel City, so that I know of.
No, there aren't. And the other team that kind of is like that too is the Pittsburgh Penguins. Like what do Penguins have to do? Well, other than it's ice, they play on ice, and Penguins are
but they use the alliteration, the PP.
Yeah.
The Penguins makes more sense than the Pirates, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, Pirates is,
That's a weird.
You're right. That's probably even worse than that's probably even worse than the Phillies.
Wow, I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, my number 4. I never really ranked these, so I'm not really sure. I'm going to say the Toronto Raptors. Now, I know we can all, the way we've been doing this, you're going to say, well, what the hell do Raptors have to do with Toronto? Although I'm sure there were dinosaurs roaming Canada and back in the caveman days, the same as they were anywhere else.
Yeah.
But when the Toronto Raptors joined the league, their franchise came in. Jurassic Park was huge. Dinosaurs were just like the hugest thing in the world for kids, almost like the Mighty Duck thing, I guess. Maybe I'm losing my whole argument here, but so at first I thought it was kind of, I don't know if I liked it at first because I thought it was doing the same thing as the Mighty Ducks. It was just capitalizing on something that was popular with kids.
Yeah.
But over the years, I think it's become a pretty cool name.
It is cool. It's different. I don't think any other sports team has that name. It's unique.
Yeah. So now I love it. At first I thought it was kind of cheesy, but now I think it's a great name.
While we're on cheesy, I want to go back to the worst names. I just thought of one. The Seattle Kraken, that new hockey team. What is Kraken? What is that about?
It's on my list of my favorites.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'll save that for you.
I love it.
I stepped in a puddle on that one.
Yeah. Don't worry, you got room for the other foot.
Yeah, really.
Like Greek mythology or something, the Kraken?
That's like an old sea
monster
or something.
Yeah.
I think so. And it's a
later.
bottle of some nice dark rum too.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Kraken.
I screwed that up. All right, Randy, what do you got?
That's like the old joke up in Northern Ontario. They go say, where you from? I'm from Sudbury. You go, Sudbury, the only thing that comes from Sudbury are hookers and hockey players. And the guy says, hey, my wife's from Sudbury. He goes, oh, what team does she play for?
Good one, man. I like it. We have to start a comedy act. Screw sports. That's funny.
All right,
Randy's up.
All right, I'm picking the Milwaukee Brewers. Used to have a lot of breweries in Milwaukee, and
that's
they do have some of the best baseball food too. I love the brats they have there.
He's stealing all my. He has my 5 and 4. Nice going.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Steelers and Brewers. No, that's cool. They were right on my list. I love that because that's the like the beer capital of North America almost, with the Miller and whatever else they make up there. Milwaukee Brewers. They got that Barney the Brewer or whatever his name is coming down, and every time they hit a home run, he comes out of a Suds thing and a beer mug. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm right with you on that one.
That's cool.
Can't wait to see what you have at number 3.
I like that one too. Well, my number is it my turn?
Yes.
No, yours.
I was the same.
Oh, okay. My number 3, the Seattle Kraken. I like the name. As soon as they said it, like most people were slamming it, I went, that's kind of cool. I don't know.
It's different. So you think it's a sea monster? It's a sea monster.
I think the Kraken is an old sea monster.
Is it a dragon or what? Like a big?
Yeah, kind of like a
Cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
But and also is a very nice dark rum Kraken.
I have to look into that, even though I don't drink.
Yeah, I don't drink either. I heard it from someone. I don't drink either.
All right. What do you got, Randy? 3.
I hope I don't take another one of yours, but the Baltimore Orioles, because there really is a Baltimore Oriole. So it's named after an actual bird. It's called a Baltimore Oriole. I thought that was kind of cool.
I think it's their state bird too in Maryland, the Baltimore Oriole. Yeah, I don't have that one, but that's excellent. And they actually kept the colors of the Oriole, the black and the orange.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool too, how they came up with that. My number 3 are the Alabama Crimson Tide. I always thought that was a cool name.
Oh, great name.
You know, because that's so unique. Nobody else has that. Most of the team names end in S, Brewers, Steelers, Eagles, whatever. This is Crimson Tide. This is like a tide coming on the field and just covering your ass. I like it.
Nice. I like that one too. That's a great name.
Yeah.
Never thought of that. My number 2, right? That's where we are?
Yes.
2?
Yep.
The Las Vegas Golden Knights. I like that name.
Nice hockey
It's
name.
it is a nice hockey game. The golden part is cool, Knights, but it's spelled with a K, like Knights of the Round Table, but Vegas Knights. I mean, that's Vegas is, the nightlife in Vegas. Just all ties in great, and they do such an amazing job. Have you ever watched the hockey game from there?
Yes.
The start of the game when they do all the ceremonies and they
Yeah.
show the guys. Oh, it's amazing. They just do a
Yeah.
great job. And I love that name.
I think they have a big home field or home ice advantage too, because a lot of those road teams go in there and they get caught up in gambling and whatever's going on. The nightlife.
How can you not?
Right. How can you not? And then, you
If
got to play hockey and you have nothing left and the team steamrolls you. So
Yeah.
And like the Golden Nugget was like a big
Yeah.
casino. Yeah.
I don't know if it's still there, and I've been there.
I think it is. Last time I was in, but
They
I've
have
only
one
been to
in
Vegas a
Atlantic
couple
City,
times,
too.
but
Golden Nugget.
yeah.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right. Number 2, and I guess it was named after a W.C. Handy song, because there's a W.C. Handy blues song called the St. Louis Blues, and that's what the team was called. And that's all.
Music. That's
kinda
great.
like
That's music related.
That's a good one.
Excellent. Never
And I
thought
like
of that
the-
one either.
Their logo too, with the little music symbol, the blues, it's cool. I like that. My number 2, the New Orleans Saints, when the Saints go marching in.
Another music one. Yeah. That's a great name too.
That's a cool name.
Yeah. Awesome name. Wow. Okay. Number 1. I picked 2 minor league baseball teams, and I'm flipping a coin to see which one's not going to make the list and which one's going to be number 1. So I'm going to pick, just because it just screams baseball history, Toledo Mud Hens.
I was looking at that. That's a good one.
It's the first name I thought of when we were doing these lists. I don't know why that name came into my head, but I went, Toledo Mud Hens. It's a cool name. I don't know what the hell a mud hen is, but Toledo just screams minor league baseball.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the Mud Hens are still around or.
I think they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. I like that name. The Toledo Mud.
And, the one I left out, the Lansing Lugnuts.
Wow.
Lansing, Michigan.
Didn't even know that name. How about that?
They used to be a minor league affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays. So I went to a couple of games there just to watch the young Blue Jays when I was in Lansing.
And it fits the Michigan thing with Detroit being the motor capital of the world.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, my number 1. Well, I think I may have said this before, but when I was a kid, I had one of those hockey games. I don't know if you had like the 5 little things that you move them up and down.
Oh, yeah.
Then you had the little thing to move the goalie.
Yeah.
Puck
They would go up and down, and if you did this to slap the thing, and then it had all the hockey teams that were there at that time. For some reason, I thought this was a cool name, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and they knew not to name it the Toronto Maple Syrup. The Maple Leaf, I just thought it was always a cool name, and even when I was a kid, I still like it now. So.
Wow. Well, that came from Conn Smythe, who was the original owner of the team, was an Army vet. Like, he was big on the Army. He actually, a lot of the Leafs went to World War II, and he was like, I don't know if he was like the general or whatever, but a lot of them fought under his leadership. He was the leader of the team, and he was a big time, just Mr. Canada, supported Canada, and the Maple Leaf is the symbol of Canada. So that's why he named the team the Maple Leafs.
Great name.
Yeah.
Very cool. My number 1, I actually went with a 4-way tie because they're all in the same city or town. And I thought they have the coolest nicknames. The Minnesota Vikings. Okay. the Timberwolves, which is a cool name. The college teams, the Gophers, the Gopher State, I think. And the baseball team, the Twins, for the Twin Cities, the Minnesota Twins. I just think
I'm glad you didn't mention the Wild because it almost made my worst list.
No, I didn't
So
mention the
you
Wild. I
left them out.
But I like they seem to pick good names. The Vikings, the North and
Yeah.
that type.
Well, they had the North Stars before
they did have the North Stars. And that was good too. That would have fit.
Yeah.
There's something about the Timberwolves I like because I can see a lot of Timberwolves hanging out in Minnesota in that frigid temperature. And the Twins, based on the Twin Cities. So I kind of like that. That would be on number one, Minnesota.
Excellent. Twins. Yeah. Good nicknames for that city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas the Phillies drag us down. We have the 76ers.
Yeah.
With the founding of the country, and then the Eagles, symbol of United States, and then of course the Flyers. I don't know where that came from. I think that's an alliteration thing too. Philadelphia
Randy,
Flyers.
I have to ask you, Randy, because I almost put it on my list of worst team names, more just to make fun and bust your balls. Where does the Kansas City Royals? Where does the Royals come from? The name of.
Well, at the time they had different ones were named after like a leader. Like you had the Chiefs, and the Royals were kind of like royalty, like the head or whatever. So I mean, they were kind of trying to fit in with what the Chiefs were, I think.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, because they were an expansion team in '69.
Because they had they had the Sacramento Kings.
Right.
They had
that's right.
And so the Royals were going to kind of be in the same thing as like a leader or whatever.
What did they call the hockey team that Kansas City had for? Was it the Scouts?
Yeah. Scouts.
Well, it lasted like 1 year, I think, or something.
Yeah.
They had the ugliest uniforms in the history of an NHL too. I think.
Yeah.
They were.
That's funny.
Bad uniform and a bad team. And did they dissolve or did they move somewhere? I can't remember.
Moved.
Yeah.
I can't remember where they moved. Yeah, they relocated right away. I don't know why. You think you'd give a team more than a year to kind of.
You know what? I think they moved to. No, that's wrong. I was thinking Colorado.
No, Quebec City moved to Colorado.
Yeah, but the original Rockies. Remember the Colorado? Was there a hockey?
Yeah. Not the Avalanche. The Avalanche was the Quebec Nordique.
Yeah, before the Avalanche.
I like the Nordique's name. That's too bad.
Yeah, it was a good name.
Cool. I thought
Hartford Whalers. I kind of like that name.
Hartford Whalers is a great name. Great name.
Yeah. And great jerseys too. You can still buy those old style jerseys too.
Those green ones, they're cool.
Yeah. Where did Hartford move?
To Carolina.
Carolina. Hurricanes.
Yeah. And they still keep up the history of the Whalers team. So.
Yeah, I hated that Thrasher nickname too, the Atlanta Thrasher.
Yeah, that was bad. And then they moved to Calgary, right? No, there was two Atlanta teams, right? There was one Atlanta team the Flames. They moved to Calgary.
They moved to Calgary. The Thrashers,
and then they tried it again with the Thrashers, and I don't know where the hell they went.
I think they become Winnipeg after a while. Winnipeg Jets.
Oh, that's who moved back to Winnipeg because when the Winnipeg lost their team. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's hard to keep track. There's so many variations and stuff.
Yeah,
but that was fun. Good.
That was fun.
We don't have anything serious to talk about, so we make it up as we go along.
Yeah. What about favorite team jerseys? Have we done that?
Have we done that? I don't think so.
That'd be a fun one too.
Yeah. There's some good ones.
Worst and best jerseys.
Yeah.
The worst ones are when they do those throwback ones.
Some of them are
some awful looking uniforms.
Most of those are horrendous.
Boston Bruins too, with that big bear on the horrendous.
That Steeler one that Roethlisberger used to wear was horrendous.
Oh, that was awful. Yeah.
And I've seen the Bears with the orange and the black stripes. And God.
Oh.
Looks like an old movie that George Clooney.
That's funny.
Terrible.
Oh.
Anything else on the docket, or we're just going to hope that baseball comes back?
Yeah, we got to hope that baseball comes back.
I guess the draft's coming up. I don't know when.
The draft's coming up.
Yeah. Trade deadlines in basketball and hockey.
Hockey, yeah.
Yeah. towards the end of the month.
We didn't do much Olympic talk either because we weren't really watching.
No.
Came and went.
Yeah, it came and went. Well, now the Paralympics are on, so it'd be good to support. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're good athletes.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. We're going to wrap
That's
it up.
it.
That's it. We don't have anything else to give you folks out there today. Thanks for tuning in.
No, we've left it all on the field.
We're going to wait for we're going to have our own lockout until baseball comes back. And
We gave it 110%. We left it all on the field.
Anyway, check out Glen Kellaway from the basement, Randall Nelson. Check these guys' channels out. Subscribe to them if you haven't already. I know most of you have, but once in a while we pick up a straggler. Go check them out. Love the support. We wish more people would watch. We think we're entertaining at times. Other times, we bore the hell out of you. But it's a good way to kill 30, 40 minutes every week. We enjoy it.
That's right. Yes,
Have a
absolutely. I
sense of
love
humor.
it. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
Take care, guys.
We will see
Thanks,
you
everyone.
next week. Take care.
Yes.
Bye.
You guys.